is good? What is good, beautiful people? We are back. I feel like it's been so long. It's been so long since we've been live, just helping people do deals, but we're back. We're better than ever. Toddy, happy Monday. How you feeling today?
I feel great. Thank you for asking. I'm gonna go live actually on Instagram at the same time and just leave it up. So I might have some questions from people on IG, and I'm excited. It's Monday. It's been a very busy day, but it's been a really good Monday as well.
Is there any day as an entrepreneur that's not busy?
Yes, the days you just turn your phone off.
Yeah. The days that you put into your calendar that is not going to be busy, you choose for it to not be busy. But every
Yeah,
day can be busy if you're not intentional about that time. So
for
that's one
sure.
maybe let's talk about that though, for real. Like let's start off talking about that, because that's one thing that as an entrepreneur, it's so easy to either, so you have no schedule, right? So like most entrepreneurs, this is that time management part is like really tough, because you can either, if you're new, right, and somebody is just now telling you, you have nobody telling you that you need to wake up on time, or you need to wake up at a certain time, or you need to do this, you need to do that. Nobody's telling you to do anything. It's so easy for you to just do whatever the heck you want, right?
Not if you actually want to make money because, like, especially with real estate, everything starts so early in the day, especially being in the like a different time zone. Um, it could be, it could just be like days going by, um, in an hour. I'm gonna go upstairs real quick because I hear my child calling my name, which means she might start freaking out for me. What's up, everyone on IG? I'm actually on a YouTube live as well. So if you guys want to tap in to YouTube, you are welcome to there. You can ask questions and get your questions shared on the screen. But if you just want to stay on IG, that's cool too. We're gonna do Q&A, and you guys will be hearing my partner Daryl, but you won't see him unless you're on YouTube. So um, yeah, I got a lot of people asking a lot of questions already on Instagram. Happy Monday, Olga. Um, But yeah, as far as time management, I think that's one of the toughest things because especially like as your day starts, you're taking a call and someone else calls you and someone else calls you and then all of a sudden it's like 2 p.m. And even like right now, I still have two deals. I still have two deals tonight to get with my team and make sure that we're doing things. So like the work's still not over, and it's 7:20 in Vegas and it's 10:20 in Eastern time. So, and I've
Yep,
been up since 5 doing this.
for sure. And it's so easy to just get caught up in that. And that's what I was getting at, right? Like there's two types of people that when you become entrepreneurs, there's ones that are serious, like us, obviously, who we will drive ourselves literally to till we can't go anywhere. We'll keep working until our body tells us to, it's time to chill out. And then there's some people who are just like, yo, I'm free. I don't got to do nothing. I'm gonna wake up till 12 because I'm my own boss now, right? So I think it's important to have a balance and be able to, dictate your time and control your time and not let it control you, right? Because it is so easy to let these calls go for an hour, 2 hours, right? But if you have certain things set up that remind you, like, okay, I need to do this today, right? Like I have a Fitbit. It's not on right now, but it has like my calendar synced to it. So not only am I getting an alert on my phone at a certain time I need to do something, but I'm getting it on my watch as well. And like when I see it, it makes me make a choice now, right? It's like I have to actually think about it. It's like, okay, do I want to continue to stay on this one phone call doing this, or do I actually want to get to what I have scheduled in my calendar, right? And I think that's so important to put these types of things in your lives when you become an entrepreneur, because nobody else is going to do it for you, right? And actually, one of my high performance coach, Keston, he had one thing that when I was struggling with time management when I first started, one thing that he made me do was he sent me a piece, like a printout with 24 hours in a day, all broken up into 15-minute slots. And he's like, fill out something for each 15 minutes of your day. right? From the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, there should be something in for this 15 minutes every single day. Even if it's like the same thing, right? Like if you're gonna read for 30 minutes, right? The two 15-minute slots is you reading. And I was so surprised and so shocked. Like I had to actually sit there and think about stuff to do. And what that meant was what that told me was myself was I was spending too much time like on this, for instance. I was spending too much time on my phone and spending too much time just doing stuff that wasn't productive for me, right? And I think once you're able to just like write that out and just plan out your day. Like I know Toddy, you were talking about. You told me yesterday you were planning your whole week, right?
Yeah.
And if just like a regular 9 to 5, you have a schedule when you go to work. Like you have a schedule for the week every single week. So why
Yeah.
wouldn't you, as an entrepreneur, put yourself on a schedule and a routine and make sure that you're on point?
I think a misconception is too that once you have a team, you get to do less. But if you are, you know, really trying to, I won't even say just stay at one level, but if you're always trying to grow, even if your team is doing some things for you, you're going to want to do more now. Like, okay, wholesaling business has a couple people helping me, but that doesn't mean that my social media business or my coaching business or my software business, like, there's, if you're really wanting to get to the next level, and they always say like most millionaires have at least 7 streams of income, like you're always thinking about that. And I'm not saying to have shiny object syndrome, like still let it be things that are already going with what you're already doing, verticals to what you're already doing, but like you're always going to be wanting to do more if you really are ambitious. So I think having a team allows you to do the more high value things, but your day's still going to be filled with things. And yeah, it's really making that decision. Do I want to spend an extra 20 minutes on the phone? Is this, I just want to build this relationship, so I'm going to spend some extra time here. Or, you know what, this is a seller that kind of drags things out, or this is somebody who kind of drags things out. So let me, get on another call and try to be more productive. It's definitely a balance, but um, nothing is impossible. So even if you are working all day and all night, I feel like it's only going to be for a certain amount of time. Like I feel like this is just the phase, the growth phase, and then I've had periods where I was able to rest and recoup and not be working all day and night. So I think it's just a roller coaster. And yeah, Hanok, go ahead and DM me. I do teach, and we are actually also taking some interns right now. So both, yes to both. I
For
have
sure.
like, if you guys ask your questions in the question box, it'll be easier for me to get to them because it's like all the comments are like already now. But I do know some builders in North Carolina. So if you have some land deals, send them to me. I can definitely get them sold. Um, and what's up, Tony, Roberto, and Vincent? What up? What up?
What's good, y'all? That too, like that's the whole reason why we're here, right? We're here for you guys to help you guys close deals. So put your questions in the comment in the side chat, and use this chat to interact with us. Ask any questions you have from real estate, entrepreneurship, whatever, right? We want to help you guys do deals. 90 deals in 90 days. Like we're not just saying this because it sounds cool. We're actually trying to, and we actually are helping people close deals every single day, right? So do not miss the train. Send us your leads. If you guys send us your leads, send us your deals. If you guys want to send us deals and leads, the link is posted in the description below, right? It's in the description. It's JV with Snipers. I just posted it right here. We actually posted to all destinations.
And it's in the first link in my bio too for on IG. You can hit that first link in my bio, and you can help get these deals done. And DM me if you guys need help in other ways too. Devin, thank you so much. You are too much. Everyone, if
Jay,
you come onto YouTube,
I, I wouldn't even let them stay on IG for too long. They gotta come over here and come join the party, man. We gotta let everybody have fun on YouTube.
thank you. Yeah, it's a lot more people on IG, and they're asking a lot of questions.
So Jayla just asked one here. She says, script for a tax delinquent seller. So Jayla, your script, really, your conversations for it shouldn't really switch up based on the motivation. The main thing is finding that motivation and just having a conversation with that seller and figuring out what their problem is. Right. I wouldn't overthink the script for each vexation. Right. I wanna be able to just connect with this person like as a person. Right. Let's not think about the name of the list. Let's get in contact with the person on the phone, connect with them, and see what their problem is. Right. Because there's times where you pull a list and it may not even be may not even be their problem when you get them on the phone.
You definitely don't want to approach the call like knowing they're tax delinquent or
Yeah,
knowing it's a probate or knowing it's a divorce or knowing it's a foreclosure. Like that weirds people out when you're like, hey, I saw your property's about to get foreclosed on. It just they have a guard up. But if you just build rapport, they'll open up to you. Like just say, hey, yeah, this house just fit my buy box, or this house just fit the criteria I'm looking for. If they ask you, why are you calling me, if they're paranoid. But yeah, same script. And I have in the link in my bio, I have a $27 mini course, and it comes with like all the contracts, documents, scripts, everything I use in my business, and a little course too about virtual wholesaling. So it's 27 bucks. I mean, can't really hurt to get it if you need a script and contracts and JV agreements and all that good stuff. Um, Somebody asked, YouTube is Toddy Virtual, guys. Literally same thing, Toddy Virtual on all platforms. If you guys go on the YouTube, we can even like bring you on and everything. And someone asked, do we plan weekly or daily? So I do plan weekly. So like Sunday night, I'm gonna plan out the whole week. But of course, like things are gonna come up day to day. So I'll always edit as I go, but there's always gonna be those main things. I kind of like edit my lets like 3 days in a day thing, especially when you do have like multiple businesses and you're trying to juggle things, but you have like these big important needle moving things you need to do every week, and then you chop it down into what you can do every day. So if you have 2 businesses or 3 businesses, you can spend 3 hours on each or 4 hours on each. And I think doing that has helped me a lot. Like today, I made sure I scheduled all my wholesaling type conversations around one time. So I was able to stay focused on that in that time. And then I other things like real estate doers, RE doers, the text blasting software, I scheduled that for another time, and I was able to get with my partner and talk about that. We're onboarding people, so you do have a lot of stuff to do in a day. So planning out the whole week ahead allows you to really like bite chunks off of your big to-do list. It's overwhelming. Like, I'm gonna write a book. Okay, how do you do that? You have to chunk it down into little pieces and just write chapter by chapter until it's done. And same thing with your business.
that's a good question too. That's a really good question. Just planning out the day and the week as you go too. Like some of the most productive people that I know, they even go as far as planning their whole year. Like they'll plan their whole year ahead, and I haven't gotten to that point. Like that's a little overkill for me, but it's important, right, to know exactly what you have going on. And they like what I was taught was to start with a year and just reverse engineer, right? Go from a year, then plan your quarter, then plan your months, right? And then you'll be planning your weeks and your days. So if you can just take the time to do that, usually you would like do that in the beginning of the year, right? Like the year's about to start off, maybe you plan the whole year off. But yeah, that's something to think about as well.
Yeah, I heard something the other day that was like, average people plan day by day, rich people plan quarter by quarter, and wealthy people plan in decades.
Facts.
And that's true because you only get so many big moves in your life. So, um, wow, we got a lot of questions. Hey guys, my service is really bad, so I keep cutting out of IG. So guys, please come on to the YouTube if you can, um, because it's gonna keep on doing this. Like, it just keeps going out. So come on to YouTube.
We do have a bunch of questions. So
I had
Mustache,
so many.
you have a bunch on Instagram too.
Yeah, but I had to get off of it because it just kept cutting off.
All good, all good. So Mustache Mike says, so I had a house burn up on my block. The garage is toast. How do I attack it coming from a wholesale perspective? Toddy, what are your thoughts on that?
So at that point, the garage is toast. That's okay. It's just fire damage is just a little bit more expensive to repair. So I would really, it depends if they have insurance or not. If they have insurance, then it's pretty much they can just get it fixed. And then are they even wanting to sell? Because if their garage burnt and they just, they're gonna fix it with their insurance and stay living there, then it's not really like that big of a motivator. But I would just go up to them and say, are you guys gonna fix this? Are you interested in selling? I buy houses, that kind of thing. And then if they do want to sell and they don't have insurance, then next level you will need a fire damage specialist kind of contractor to let you know how much it'll cost, and they'll definitely try to tax you. And fire damage is a whole other thing because it just depends if the smoke got to other places or not. But they will definitely be able to help you figure out how far the damage went. And then, worst case scenario, you can just rip all that out and kind of start over. Sometimes that's cheaper than paying for fire remediation, but definitely get with a professional if you're thinking about fixing it or the sellers don't have insurance. But if they have insurance, it should be fine. They should be able to fix it. If they do want to sell, it'd just be a regular deal.
Yeah, I think that's the definitely the most important part, right? Let's figure out, does this person even want to sell this property? So just treat it like a regular driving for dollars lead. Like you see a messed up house on the block, find the phone number. If this person's living there and you already know they're living there, just knock on their door, see what's going on. Or you can skip trace them and call them, right? And say, I drove past your property. I see you got a problem, right? I'm calling to see if we can solve it, right? See if they actually want to sell this property before you even jump to conclusions and try to figure out the strategy on how you're going to solve it. See if they want to sell first.
Yeah. Q, this is Q, guys. He does all my graphics. He's a great dude. So if you guys need some graphics, mess with Q. Roberto, yeah, so land, definitely whole different thing. With land, you want to get more details, like have they got a survey, is it subdivided? And you are in my course, so you got the wholesaling land crash course. So dig into the wholesaling land crash course, make sure you're asking all those important questions. But the same thing, motivation, price, condition doesn't really matter, but it does matter if there's utilities, everything that's in the land course. And I think land sellers are usually just easier to deal with just because, they want to get rid of it. There's no really sentimental value to the land. So just trying to get them to understand that the value of the land isn't the tax value. It's not the value of the homes that are selling around there. It's the land. It's the raw land minus whatever still needs to be done to it. Honestly, so I like secondary and tertiary markets. So any major city and then just going out from there really are good markets. Hold on, guys.
So yeah. Let's keep
Yeah.
We'll go back up.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Filomento. Do you plan on staying a wholesaler or a fix and flipper / rental, etc.?
I've already done all that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like I know for me personally, definitely done all of them right now. In the phase of just want to just build as much capital as possible. So like right now, I know we're focusing strictly on wholesaling. It has to be a really good deal for me to want to flip it or want to do a rental at all because it's not the one main focus right now. For me, the one main focus is building this wholesale business. So that's what we're focusing on majority wise. But yeah, we've done all of them. Done a couple flips, have a couple rentals. Honestly, I have a couple rentals that I bought pretty bad too. Like, and that's another reason I'm slowing down. It's just like just have to get the house in order and be like, okay, this is what I actually want, right? Made some mistakes. What are the lessons that I learned from this mistake? And just kind of like slow down a little bit. So getting back to the basics right now, just focusing strictly on wholesaling. But in the future, definitely want to get into development, owning bigger properties, multifamily properties, and holding rentals. That's always the goal. Not even the goal, the just the plan. All right. Santo says, "What's the top objections to know as a wholesaler?" Santo, so I actually just dropped a YouTube video on this. I won't even talk about it on tonight because I literally just dropped the YouTube video on this. I just put it in the chat. Top five objections for wholesalers and how to get past them all. Right. So go through that. We went through all of them. And if you want practice overcoming these objections and role playing these objections, jump into the Dog Pound Discord. The link is in the description below. It's free role plays every single day, Monday through Sunday. We don't miss a day. So go in there and get better. What else we got? Q said he just uploaded his first listen to Ari Doer's app without using the how-to videos. I think I got everything set up correctly. Wish me luck. Let's go, Q. Taking action, bro. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, this isn't going well.
We can't hear anything. Carmita says, I'm in the Colorado market, virtual Florida, California, Minnesota, Alabama. Carmita, if you have if you need any help moving any of those deals, if you need help locking anything up, let us know. Let us know. We're here to help you lock these deals up. Jayla says, after you send the contract via DocuSign and they sign it, the next step is finding a cash buyer. And what else?
Send it to title, everything signed, and pretty much get paid.
Without a doubt. One thing that I would talk about as well, one thing that's super important, and I was just talking about this with some of my students, and I was telling them that one of the most important, and their team actually, like this is the main topic in our team training this morning. The main thing we talked about was setting the proper expectations after we get the contract signed, right? Because there's so many times where so many instances where we need to let the seller know right, that what the next steps are, because the escrow process and everything, it can be very scary to some people who don't really know. They've never been through that process. So we need to be able to set the expectations and tell them what the next steps are, right? So like literally take your time. And one thing that we do, we get them under contract. Once they sign, we actually get them excited that they signed the contract, right? We'll tell them like, congrats guys, you just sold your house. How do you feel? Right? And get them excited, get them pumped up. Once they let us know how they feel and how they're once they let us know how they feel, then we we'll just walk them through the next steps, right? We'll say, okay, and we'll shut the door, right? Because I know there's people out here, it happened to me, where we get the deal under contract and the seller backs out, right? Seller maybe gotten another offer, right? And that's one of the worst things in the world. So one of the things that we do to stop that is we just point out the elephant in the room. We address the elephant in the room before they even have a chance. Like we beat them to the punch, kind of on some Eminem stuff, right? Like 8 Mile, we jump in front of it and we just call it out before they get the chance to do it. So I'll say, now that you signed this contract and you agreed to move forward, just like you've been getting these calls before, just like we called you out the blue, these calls aren't going to stop right away. You may continue to get these calls for another 2 months, 3 months. And, some people may call you and they may throw dirt on my name. They may try to do anything to get this contract from me. They may even offer you more than what I'm offering you, and knowing that they can't really make that happen. So if you get a call and somebody offers more than what we're offering, what are you going to say? What are you going to tell them? And you just let them sit there, let them think about it, let them tell you, they may tell you, they may not have an answer, right? And you want to jump in front of it. You want to say, well, you want to tell them that you sold the house to me. You sold it to Daryl. That's what you're going to tell them. You laugh about it, make it a little joke, right? You get them on board and you say, no, seriously, like if you're having any second thoughts about this, if you have any reason to back out, I'd rather you tell me now. We can void this contract right now, rip the paperwork up. I won't have to waste your time. You won't have to waste mine. Right. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, no, I'm with you. Let's move forward. Right. So you want to shut all these doors and make sure they don't even think about it. Or like when this happens, because it's going to happen, people are going to keep calling them that they already know. They already had this conversation with you. You already had it with them and you set the expectations up front. right? And then you let them know after this, you let them know what the next steps are, because your cash buyers are going to want to walk the property. They're going to want to get in there. They're going to want to see the property. So you're going to have to tell them, in order for us to get this to closing the right way, I'm going to pass you off. If you have a transaction coordinator, we have a transaction coordinator. We tell them, our transaction coordinator Paige will be in contact with you from the time I send this over to her to the time that this money hits your pocket, right? And she's awesome, right? She's the best. She's going to make sure that all your questions are answered. She's your point of contact from here on out. And we'll also say, we'll have to walk the property. We'll have to inspect it 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times within these next 2 weeks during our inspection period. The first person I'm going to send over is our picture taker. They're going to come make sure that, we know exactly what we're getting into. We send those pictures to our contractor who comes to the property next and let us know exactly what the price is going to be for everything, right? Our financial partners may walk through and we may need to be in there a couple times, right, before we close. And you set that expectation up front. If it's a vacant property, see if you can get a lockbox on it, right? You want to make it as easy as possible for your buyer to get access and for your buyer to see the property as possible, because that's what's more important than you getting this contract. The contract don't mean nothing if you can't sell it, right? So you want to make sure access is as easy as possible. You want to make sure all the expectations are set from you and the seller, and she knows, or he knows that what happens if they try to back out, all this good stuff, right? And then you pass them on, right? I highly recommend, if you're the one getting the contracts, you're not the one that's doing the transaction coordinating and the dispo. You go find another deal, right? But if you are in that position, if you are the one doing the dispo and the TC and stuff like that, you set those expectations, then you go find the buyer. So that's a great question. That's a great question. Carmita said, how do we get the Discord? It's in the description below. Hit the description below and join the Discord. It's the Dog Pound Discord. I'll actually put the link in here as well. We're at 700 people in here now, and we role play every single day. So there's a great group of guys in there that are role playing. Here's the link right here. I'm not sure how much longer that is going to be free. So you guys jump in there now while it is free and take advantage of that. All right, good questions. Adam says, is there a good way to get past the gatekeepers when reaching out to builders, buyers for land, deals? I'm having an issue when getting through to the right people. This is a loaded question, Adam. I'd rather talk to you in person. We had some people jump up before last episode. So if you guys want to jump up here, hit this link right here, the StreamYard link, jump up and ask your question. I can understand it a little better and maybe point you in the right direction. Carmita, you're doing sub 2 anywhere? I do sub 2 as well. Let me know. Find your buyers first. Yes, it's super important. Find your buyers first. It makes no sense for you to go out and get a deal without knowing who your buyer is. Go find your buyers first. Amira says, I don't see the role play. I'm in the Discord, but it just say all the people that are in the group. So if you go to, you should see on the side here, I'll actually share my screen so you guys can see this. Let me get y'all right, man. Window. All right, let me know if y'all can see the Discord channel. So on the welcome page, you'll see all the members. The first thing you need to make sure you do is click get verified. Here, do not click this little emoji. So many people click this. Do not click the emoji. Click get verified, and it will give you access to everything, all these side channels, right? You see somebody's in the role play channel right now. They're in here right now. So voice channels, you click cash role play room. This is where they're at every single morning, 9 a.m. Eastern time. I don't know if you guys were able to see that. But yeah, that's how you get into the Discord, if that makes sense. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat, Amira, if that makes sense for you. We got Rubber Toe. What's up, Rubber Toe? How's it going? Is it Roberto? You on mute? You're muted, my guy. All right, all good. So y'all, if you guys have questions, make sure y'all put them in the side chat. This is why we're here. We're here to help you guys close deals. We're here to help you guys get better. Here to help you guys, become successful in these next 90 days. We know it's a big task. Like somebody was asking us before, they're like, "Yo, can you really close 90 deals in 90 days?" And the answer is yes. The answer is you can do whatever you think you can do in the world, right? Like if you think you're gonna do it or you think you can't, you're right. Either way. So yes, we can do it and we are. And we're gonna need everybody's help. Right. So like if you guys are actively calling sellers, you guys need help closing a deal, you guys have a contract and you need help selling the deal, then hit us up. We can help you guys with whatever, right? We have a great dispo team. We have a great dispo team, we have a great acquisitions team, and we can help you guys solve whatever problems you have. So my guy Roberto is back up here. What's up, bro?
I have technical issues.
Oh, good dog. How's it feeling? How you feeling? If you could turn your camera on, that'd be amazing, bro. I want to see your face, baby.
Okay, yeah, for sure. How's it going, brother?
There we go. Bro. There we go. How you feeling?
Feeling good, dog. Honestly, just been doing wholesale for quite a minute now. Uh, honestly, I had to get my money up, so I had to stop wholesale for a minute. But now that I'm a little bit back, like I invested, like I have enough money to invest in myself. I'm doing it again, but like this time with land.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually had a couple properties under contract last time for when I was wholesaling real estate, but except I couldn't find the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
But I did get a couple properties under contract.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the question, bro?
Well, I guess right now, just I guess what I have for myself would be like for land that like am I pulling the list right? Like I don't know. I've been doing prop stream vacant lands, properties for people that have two more properties. Let's see the settings I have. Ownership individual, owner type individual, at least 5 years, 100% or more. And I've been pulling this list. I don't know if there's anything I should include or anything I should exclude.
So when you pull this list, how many records are usually coming up?
Like between 700, like 150 to 700.
Okay. So the thing with land, right? Like the thing with any with this business in general is it's a numbers game, right? So with land, if you're trying to pull for and I don't pull lists, right? That Tadi pulls lists for us. She does the marketing. I focus on what I'm good at. But I know for a fact, right, when you're pulling motivation for land, that's going to make your numbers a lot smaller, right? You're going to talk to a lot less people because you're trying to pick a motivation out. But I would say if you're going to pull land, pull all the land, right? Pull all the land because most of the times when people sell land, you can't you can't find the motivation when you pull the list, right? You find the motivation when you just call them and just see, okay, you have land. I'm calling all the land in the area, right? And regardless, you want to get your numbers up anyways, right? So you calling 700 records of land is not going to get you're not going to be able to get a deal that way, right? Like we pulled a list of like 20,000 records to give our cold callers so we have a better chance of getting a deal, right? Because it's a numbers game, bro. The more people you talk to, the more offers you get out, the more of a chance you're going to get told yes. So you're going to go through that list of 700 people. It may be 5, 6 people who actually would consider selling, right? Now to those 5 or 6 people, they're probably asking for crazy, like 4 of them. Well, all of them are probably asking for crazy prices. You know what I'm saying? Um, some of them may not be ready to sell now, right? Like it is a lot. So if you fill your pipeline up and call more people, I think you have a better chance of getting deals.
That's what's ask my second question. That's gonna lead up to that. Like the individuals that I'm calling, like should I target the individuals or like corporate, like LLCs? Like, is it the same? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, would it be the same? I guess like for me contacting them, am I contacting when I'm contacting an LLC? Am I contacting an individual, or like I'm actually contacting like a big team? Like more than one person.
It all depends. It all depends on the situation, right? You're not gonna know until you call them and just ask them, right? You'll just ask the question. Just I like to play dumb a lot on the calls, maybe because it's not that hard, right? I just be acting like I just really don't be understanding what they be talking about a lot of the times. So I just act like I don't know, and they'll tell me, right? So and I'll just ask them. So is this you guys have a lot of properties, or is this like the only one that you own? A lot of people just may buy a piece of land in one LLC. That's all they got.
Mhm.
But you
Okay,
may come across an LLC where they own a lot of land,
and
and
then
then you don't know until you ask.
like will the same with like sending out the contract for like somebody in an LLC, like would it be the same sending out the same contract to an individual, like, or would like you usually get a contract from that LLC, like for you to get that vacant lot under property or something like that?
Say that one more time.
Like the contract, like when you're sending a contract, like let's say like you're sending the contract that you usually send out to the individual.
Hmm.
Is it the same one that you're gonna be sending out to an LLC?
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just the name. The name in there would just be different. The name on the LLC would just be the LLC name, and then if you're sending to an individual, the name would be the name.
Oh,
Right? It's the same as that contract. Don't overthink that. The LLC is anybody can buy an LLC.
mm,
You know, anybody and their mom could buy an LLC. Like my mom had an LLC. She wasn't doing nothing with it. She just had an LLC. And I honestly own a couple properties in that LLC because she wasn't doing nothing with it.
okay.
And so like anybody can buy an LLC and don't think too much about that. The main thing is getting them on the phone and just having that conversation to see if they would even sell this property in the first place.
Okay.
The first thing is though, bro, you want to get you want to get your numbers up for sure.
Right.
Like are you calling how many people how many offers are you getting out a day?
A day, yeah. I recently just started back up, so I'm doing like 2 hours at least a day, cold calling people. Out of those 2 hours, I've done it for like at least 3 days, and I've gotten like one person that said, um, "Go check out the house, and then I'll talk more to you about it." And then there's another one that I don't think he was that serious.
So are you pulling lists for land or houses?
Well, right now, when I first started back up, I did the real estate housing, but I just started this vacant land list again. Or
Okay.
like, I've been doing both. Like I've been doing both.
Okay. Okay. Dope. And you're cold calling yourself, right?
Yeah, I'm just cold calling myself.
You have the time to put more than 2 hours a day into it?
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay. I would definitely start there, right? Because in this business, bro, the person on the phone the most, the person on the phone the longest wins.
Hmm.
Person who has the most conversations wins.
Right.
Right. So you got to think like there's people out here who have teams. Like we have a team of 6 people who are all making calls all day for 8 hours a day. Right. And probably like what market are you in?
I was in Indiana, in Gary, Indiana.
Okay. That are you still calling in that market?
I just started back. I'm doing like a. This is my first time doing my backyard, so I'm in El Paso, Texas, right now.
Okay. I think that's definitely a better bet than Gary. Just because, right, you want to think about when you're wholesaling, you want to start with the buyer in mind. Right? You want to start with who's going to buy this property because
Right.
you're not buying it, right? Like when you're wholesaling, this isn't a real estate business. This is a marketing and sales business, and you're selling contracts to who? Who's your buyer? Your buyer is a cash buyer, right? So you have to figure out what exactly they want, where are they buying at, and what do they like, So start with your buyer, figure out like I would highly recommend you finding your buyers around you in El Paso, Texas, and asking them, what do you want? Like what are you looking to buy? And then you pull a list in that criteria, right? And then
I
you
had,
get them.
I had done that. I had done that reverse wholesaling on a car lot. Some guy was looking for a car lot to put his cars at, and then I found the property from. I was able to get that property under contract, and once I had it under contract, I showed it to him, and I told him what I found, and he didn't pull through. He didn't. At the end of the day, he never. I was
I
like,
get it.
I was like, oh my god, I was like, damn. I just started
So it's
signing up.
pretty so right. So that's a pretty niche thing to find for somebody, right? A car lot. So it sucks that he did that.
Right.
Right now, next time I would find a buyer who wants a couple buyers maybe who want like very similar things, right? And that way you find, instead of finding a car lot, you find a house. And if this buyer backs out, you have another one who will be like, oh, this is great, this is amazing, I would want this.
That's the numbers game you're talking about. Like, you know, the more numbers you pull, the more buyers you can find.
Exactly. It's marketing and sales. You have the acquisition side is marketing to homeowners who want to sell their property, right? You're getting them under contract. The sales part is you getting them under contract, and then the dispo is your marketing to buyers, actual cash buyers, and then you're selling them the contract, right? So, and it's all a numbers game. It's all a numbers game. The more sellers you talk to, more you're going to win. The more buyers you talk to, the more you're going to win.
I appreciate your time out. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. No doubt. Question. Hit us up if you want to JV on some stuff together and let us know, bro.
Okay. Well, we'll do. I'll follow you on. You have an Instagram, right? This is.
Yeah, Instagram is at Daryll Ellison.
Okay.
Right
follow you through Instagram.
Yes,
and
sir.
keep you around there. You know, if I find any deals, what kind of deals do you look for, or JV deals, or buyers that you have?
We'll look at anything for JV. We'll look at anything for JV. Land, single family, multifamily, whatever you got.
So, all right, cool. I appreciate it.
Help closing the deal, right? Like if you have a lead that you need help closing, we'll help you close it too.
Nice. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no doubt, bro. Good stuff. All right. Carmita says, what percentage are most of your buyers, what percentage ARV are most of your buyers buying at? So it all depends on in your different markets, right? Like it depends on what market you're in. I know in Central Florida, our buyers are buying at around like all in at around like 65% of ARV, which means we need to get it under that, right? We need to get it under 65% ARV so we can make it make sense. But it's all different in different markets, in your markets. One tool that you can use to help you find the percentage of what buyers are buying at in your market is Privy. I'll get you guys. I'm actually waiting on my affiliate for Privy, so I'll have y'all an affiliate link soon for Privy if you guys don't already use Privy, but it's pretty dope. Go ahead and check it out. It has the percentage of what buyers are buying at in your market. It has MLS data in majority of the states, even the non-disclosure states. So go check out Privy. It's like get Privy now. But yeah, guys, keep dropping your questions. Keep dropping your questions in the chat. What else we got? Remember, guys, we are here to help you close deals. Last week we were kind of talking about like the importance of the follow-up, right? And making sure that your business is a machine, making sure you guys are following up with every single lead that comes through your system. That's one of the things that we were working on. And like right now, actually what we're doing is we're adding on to our team. So one thing that you want to make sure is that you have the culture set in place when you're bringing people into your team, and everybody is already performing at the level that you want them to perform at, right? I honestly exceed the level that you want them to perform at. Because one thing that's going to happen, even if it's the best person on your team, the person that's performing the highest on your team, if they're not following the little things, the little steps to their best ability, right? I was talking about this on my Wholesale Hard Knocks podcast. It was a while ago. We had one of the closers on my team. His name was Nick. He was the best closer we had on the team, and we had to let him go. And once we let him go, well, he parted ways because he had a better opportunity with just like what he wanted to do. And what happened when he left was we actually started closing more deals, and that's because Nick was so good that he didn't really need to follow up with sellers like that. He really didn't need to leave notes like that, and he was kind of like skating by doing that, right? Having conversations, being really good on the phones. He had natural talent, right? So when you add newer people into the team who don't have as good talent as some of the other people, is they'll think that they can cut corners. They'll think that they can do what the top salesperson is doing. and that's gonna just mess you up, right? It's gonna be very cancerous. And what do you do with cancer? Cancer spreads, right? And it's gonna spread to your whole team. And next thing you know, your whole team will be stacking habits, bad habits that is going to slow your business down. It's going to help. It's going to make you. It's going to take food off of your family's plate, right? So you need to make sure before you bring anybody else onto your team that your company culture is set. You guys are following all SOPs. You have SOPs in the first place, and everybody is doing things to a high standard, and they're reaching the standard that you set for everybody. And it all starts with you, right? Like. Oh. All right, cool. One thing, Jayla, that you can do is have a JV agreement. I know when people submit a deal to us, it's agreeing. They have to agree to work with our terms, right? And work a JV and say that, hey, we'll split 50-50 on this deal. We will, at the end, once we get paid, 50% will go to party A, 50% will go to party B, right? And you have that paperwork in place. One thing that I will say is, yes, you need to be prepared, right? You need to be ready for it's like there's bad people out there, right? But what you constantly think about, you'll start to attract, right? So I mean, like me getting scammed in a JV deal doesn't even cross my mind, right? Because I know that I would never scam anybody out of a JV deal. So the likelihood of somebody scamming me is like, if that happens, it's going to be like, damn, that's messed up, but that's on them, right? Like, it's their loss. We'll still go out there, we'll still help. I've gotten, scammed out of a deal here and there, right? Like it happens. But sometimes you may just got to charge it to the game, right? I know that's not what we want to hear, but if you're putting out good energy all the time, good energy will come back to you, right? And if it doesn't, then it's a lesson that you have to learn. You know what I'm saying? But I would say always have a JV agreement in place, right? And work with somebody that has integrity. Work with somebody who has trust and has a name, right? Because if somebody has a name and a following, and they have people who actually reach out to them and look at them for guidance, they can't have anything bad on their name, right? Like if me or Tadi had anything bad on our names, it'd be really tough for us to do stuff like this because you guys would just be like, oh, this guy's a scammer, oh, this guy's a cheater, he's a liar, right? So vet the people that you're working with, vet your JV partners as well. Great question. What else we got? I'm loving all the questions tonight, y'all. Just remember, right? We're here to help you guys close deals. If you guys need help closing a deal, hit the link in the description below. JV with snipers.bitrix24. I bought the domain, but I'm not that tech savvy, so I don't know why it's not set up to say jvwithsnipers.com, but it's kind of pissing me off because it looks a little unprofessional. But just know that I bought that domain, so don't try to buy the domain and think you funny. I had somebody do that to me before, and yeah, but jvwithsnipers.bitrix. You guys can JV with us. We can help you guys close deals. Like, we are here to help you close deals. Hit the links. Set reminders for my YouTube, for Tadi's YouTube. We're going to continue to drop value together and separately, right? So continue to jump in. We're constantly, right? We're here to help. We're here to give, So with that being said, we'll be back tomorrow. We're probably going to get these done a little bit earlier. The night is kind of tough on everybody, so we'll get these in a little bit earlier. So hit our YouTube channels, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, and watch out for it tomorrow. We'll see y'all tomorrow for wholesale deals, 90 deals in 90 days. Q, y'all, hit you up, bro. I'll hit you up. I'm out, y'all. Catch y'all.